morning, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving week. In just 2 days, Americans will settle into a holiday where we traditionally give thanks for the good things in our lives, the things for which we are grateful. And we're starting a little bit early here in Louisville because today we're going to formally assign an infusion of critical federal funding into programs and efforts that will make all of us safer, make all of us healthier, and will support our vulnerable residents and expand opportunities and possibilities for them. That's a great day. So this morning, I'm reminded of the expression that it's not what we say about our blessings, but how we use them that is the true measure of our thanksgiving. And that's why we're here today, to express that true measure. To activate the blessings the Federal American Rescue Plan funding will bring to Louisvillians. So not long ago, on August the 9th, we met right in this spot to roll out our priorities for the $388 million Louisville is receiving from the American Rescue Plan, we call it ARP, provided by President Biden and the United States Congress. We really appreciate what they are doing for communities throughout the country, obviously including our great city. Working with Metro Council, we prioritized our spending in focused areas: public safety, public health, homelessness, affordable housing, workforce development, and healthy neighborhoods. Week before last, Metro Council passed an ordinance to allocate the second round of that spending for a total of $182.4 million. And there will be more to come soon, with some $100+ million left to assign. Today, though, we are here to codify and celebrate the many transformational differences that this second round of funding will make in lives and in neighborhoods in the most important of our city's endeavors. This funding allows us to enact police accountability and improvement and invest in programs to improve public safety, my #1 priority, and to invest in affordable housing and provide needed support for our homeless population. The ARP dollars represent unprecedented investments in our city, an opportunity to take some of the things that we hope to do someday and do them now. Someday is here, today, right now. So I am grateful for that. But before we sign the ordinance, I'd like to invite a few others to make some remarks. I want to recognize our Metro Council people President David James, Caucus Leader Marcus Winkler, Budget Chair Bill Hollander. These guys have been working incredible hours to pull all of these numbers together along with my team. $388 million is a lot of money, but it's not enough. We have $2 billion of unmet infrastructure needs just in our city alone. So lots of debate about how to use the $388 million. Where can it get the biggest bang for the buck? Councilman Hollander, as chair of the Budget Committee, has been running that process with the council, and he and Kevin Kramer, the minority budget representative, have been working with my office almost nonstop on this. So Councilman Hollander, I want to say a big thank you to you for the incredible work that you've been doing. Bill Hollander.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Councilman Winkler and President James, everyone else here. This second round ordinance funds critical needs in the community, public safety improvements in LMPD, and a substantial expansion of the Office for Safe and Healthy Neighborhoods, premium pay for public servants who worked throughout the pandemic, public health efforts, and the thing the council heard most about from constituents, investments in safe, decent, and affordable housing. Work groups are continuing to meet on possible funding for workforce development and a variety of other things to make Louisville a better, fairer place to live, work, and raise a family. This Thanksgiving week, I'm grateful for President Biden's idea for an American Rescue Plan, for our Congressman John Yarmouth, who shepherded it through Congress, for all of the people in Louisville who spoke up about how these funds should be used, and we heard from many, many people, and for the administration and for the council, which came together unanimously to approve these historic investments. I'm looking forward to put them to work and for the bill signing today. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. I'd like to introduce Rose Smith with Moms Demand Action, and I want to thank all the moms with us and fathers with us too, that have lost loved ones to gun violence. It takes a special commitment to family and community to pick yourself up after tragedy strikes you like this and reach out to help others and do everything you can to stop future gun violence. So Rose, to you, to Kenneth Forbes, to all the folks up here, Kathy, just want to say thank you for the incredible work and leadership that you all show our city. So please welcome Rose Smith.
Mayor, thank you for this opportunity. Greetings to everyone. As he said, I'm Rose Smith. I'm a volunteer with Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense America and a gun violence survivor who lost my son in 2014, Corey Ace Crow. He was fatally injured, and I was critically wounded on that day. But today is a good day, a day of hope and change for the better. I'm a mother whose child's homicide is still unsolved. I watch the news and hear of homicides daily, and it is like throwing salt on my open wounds. It is hard and painful for me to see other families hurting because of gun violence. We know what gun violence can do to communities, the tragedies it can instill, the lives it can impact, and the visible and invisible wounds it can inflict. But we also know that it doesn't have to be this way. We know that with proper funding and adequate resources, cities across the country have been able to turn the tides of the crisis and put in place proactive, evidence-based services that are designed to root out community gun violence and its source and make even the most deeply impacted communities a safer place for their friends, their families, and their children. And today, Louisville is joining them. This funding, nearly $16 million provided through the American Rescue Plan, set to go towards community-based violence intervention programs that is directly combat the gun violence in our city, is long overdue. Today, we are applying pressure to those wounds to help stop the bleeding in our community. I don't want another parent to go through having their child taken by gun violence the way I had to live in communities without the resources to prevent that type of tragedy from striking. It's time for Louisville to open a new chapter in our fight against gun violence, and today's funding is an important step in that direction. Today is a great day. Our city is hurting, and now we have hope that the city-based violence intervention programs and partnerships will promote some needed healing. Thank you.
Folks, that's what leadership looks like right there. Thank you, Rose Smith. I want to recognize Dr. Monique Williams over here. Dr. Williams leads our Office for Safe and Healthy Neighborhoods. It's guiding much of this work. Thank you, Monique. And Keith Talley's with us also. He's our Chief for Community Building, who oversees OSHN and Resilience and Community Services. So I want to say thank you to you and your teams and look forward to your good work. So thank you. This ordinance also includes $89 million to significantly reduce the number of people experiencing homelessness and build and improve affordable housing in our city. This addressing homelessness, houselessness has long been a challenge in our city and cities all over America. We have been constrained by funding in so many different ways. This American Rescue Plan funding provides us an opportunity to finally make a material, significant improvement so people can live off the streets, live in dignity. And so we're hopeful that this will provide that for our citizens. Working with this is very challenging, but we're going to keep at it. I'm grateful for the funding. I'd like to introduce Eddie Alvis. Eddie is a participant in the St. John Center for Homeless Men's Permanent Supportive Housing Program, one of the great institutions in our city. So Eddie, thank you for being with us here today.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. My name is Eddie Alvis. I've been in St. John Center's Permanent Supportive Housing Program for 10 years. I got there by way of Salvation Army. I followed a group of guys over to the center, and since I've been there, that one day changed my whole life. the folks down there, the counselors, the caseworkers, and everybody has really given me great support over the years. And without me being in the St. John Center Permanent Supportive Housing Program, I would not know where I would be at today. I don't know if I would even be alive. So with that saying that, I have gotten a lot of support, all the support I need. I have a great caseworker in WIT. I've had several caseworkers. They've all been supportive of me. My life has totally changed. It's made me a better person. I'm stable now. I have a better quality of life. I appreciate all the resources that I've gotten, that they've helped me with and everything, and all the help. And I just hope and pray that, you know, they can be in a situation to where they can have funds to be able to help a lot of these folks on the street, because they deserve a hand up just like I did. And if not, getting a hand up, getting a chance in life to have a better life, it was just so great. And I'm so grateful for them for the support and the help that they've gotten, that they've given me. And case management through the Permanent Supportive Housing Program is excellent. We have excellent case management, and all the staff is great. And they go above and beyond to help people, you know, get their lives together and have a better life. So hopefully these people can get a hand up so they can get some help, they can get into some housing and live a better life. Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Whit Stodgel back here. Appreciate you. So permanent supportive housing, big part of this, supporting our different shelters as well in the community. Kathy Kuhn is with us here today. She's the Executive Director of the Metropolitan Housing Coalition. The ARP funding has allowed us to direct the largest amount of money ever toward housing in our community. So another great reason to celebrate and be thankful. Kathy?
Thank you, Mayor, for inviting me to be with you here today to help celebrate this historic investment in affordable housing for our community. And I really want to thank all of the city's leadership for having the courage to make this bold investment for the future of our city and for the benefit of all Louisville citizens. You know, as an organization that has been advocating for affordable housing in Louisville for over 30 years, the Metropolitan Housing Coalition truly could not have been more gratified to see the community step forward and demand that the city utilize a substantial portion of the American Rescue Plan funds to support affordable housing. There was a clear and united recognition that there is no investment that will bring a better return for the city than an investment in housing. Housing is fundamental to everything in our lives. Housing is good mental and physical health. Housing is high-quality education. Housing is public safety. And housing is economic development and access to high-paying jobs. Safe and stable housing is essential to create a strong and equitable Louisville in which every citizen has the opportunity to thrive. And although we absolutely must celebrate this historic moment, we must also remember that this investment alone will not solve the affordable housing crisis that we face. This is not the time to take our foot off the gas. Instead, we must fortify our commitment to provide ongoing investments in the creation of new affordable housing units so that we can meet the needs of our diverse and growing population. In addition, we currently have a unique opportunity to change the discriminatory pattern of development that has plagued Louisville for generations. Making the most of this investment will require that our regulatory practices within the city's land development code allow for a diverse array of housing types in every area of our city. Over the next several months, we will have an opportunity to undo some of the intentional racism and classism that is embedded in our land development code and demand that changes are made that will allow for the creation of strong, diverse communities moving forward. I encourage every resident to encourage to have your voice heard about the need to change to address our affordable housing shortage. This investment is an important step towards that change, and we look forward to our continued work together with all of our partners to ensure housing opportunity and choice for all Louisville households. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. So it's great, as she said, that we have these funds right now, but to give you some idea around the size of the need to address the affordable housing crisis we have here in Louisville would cost somewhere between $4 and $4.5 billion. Okay, so while this is a good announcement this morning, there's a lot more to come. Now, Cincinnati's number is probably $6 billion. Indianapolis is $7 billion. So this is a national crisis we have with housing. So we need to make sure that we advocate with our federal partners. That's where the money would have to come from to deal with a challenge of this size. But today is a good start. And it's important where the housing goes as well, as Kathy referred to. There should be affordable housing, workforce housing in every zip code of our city so that people can be near where they work. We all know a more integrated our community is a more equitable and a more fair community that provides more opportunities for everybody of all skin colors as well. So please join in advocating for that. Last is President Biden's Build Back Better bill has been passed by Congress. It now goes to the Senate. It has some important provisions in there that are critical for us to move forward as a country. Right now, there is a critical labor shortage in America. We can't hire enough people. There's good jobs. There's higher paying jobs than ever before. But one of the reasons for this is the impact of women on the pandemic and the recession, where participation in the workforce by women is down some 20 to 25%. The Build Back Better bill provides provisions with child care that will allow women to go back to work. And not all women do the child care, but predominantly in our society they do. So that's one important reason to pass the Build Back Better bill, so women get the fair treatment that they deserve, we have quality child care, and that our economy can move how it needs with more people in the workforce. But that's just one of many benefits of Build Back Better. An investment in America, like what we're celebrating today with the rescue plan or the infrastructure fund bill of 8 days ago, or Build Back Better. These investments are good investments in Americans, whether it's in infrastructure or human potential. So please, please advocate for that. All right, so now, last thing, I want to thank Margaret Hammaker. Margaret answered the call, as a great citizen does, some probably 6 months or so now. When we learned of the American Rescue Plan being funded, we needed somebody to run this for us for the city. It's a very complex project, almost $400 million. There'll be some 50 to 100 projects before it's all over. So how are the projects decided? How is the community involved? How do we work with council, mayor's administration? How do we project manage them, construct them, follow the money, make sure it's all spelled properly? That's a big project. There's not many people that have skills to do that, but Margaret Hammaker does. She's helped. She had an outstanding career in the private sector, has worked at the state government level with the city government before in the early years of my administration, and she answered the call once again. So, Margaret, just want to say a big thank you to you for being an outstanding citizen. All right, and just thank everybody else for participating in community meetings, all of our council members, and then, of course, there's another phase or so coming along with this, so please continue to be involved. With that, we'll sign the bill and make this official. All right, so this is ordinance number 168. Approving a second round of the American Rescue Plan local recovery funding to various metro government departments to address the continued impact of COVID-19 on the economy, public health, state and local governments, individuals, and businesses. So again, thanks to everybody to put this together. Thanks to the council for passing this. Thanks for all of our community advocates. And with this signing, it becomes official law. Thank you.